one of the things that I'm really into is green superfoods, and I'll share a lot more about those in the masterclasses and how to use them. But blue-green algae, crackcell chlorella, spirulina, wheatgrass, barleygrass, oatgrass, green foods in general are really mineral rich and mineral dense. They're also generally quite bitter in their flavour, so they stimulate the liver to do its job. Heavy metals in particular tend to be housed in the liver, so a liver detox can help us shift heavy metals. And you can use these specifically whether or not you've had your amalgam out, to help, particularly the blue-green algae and the crackcell chlorella, to help chelate heavy metals. That means bind to the heavy metals and encourage them to be drawn out of your system. So you could be using superfoods to detox. You could be using some foods and definitely some herbs to clear heavy metals from the system. There are other things that we can do. Skin brushing, hot and cold showers. You know, there are all sorts of things that we can encourage the body to do to detox efficiently. We've got our homeopathic remedies, so I'm going to share a lot more on that, obviously. And it's often we need to build up something quite holistic to shift heavy metals from the system. So we might need to look at targeted probiotics. We might need to look at digestive enzymes. We might need to look at the function and role of the gallbladder. So the gallbladder is the excretory point for the liver. And what it does is it squirts bile into the digestive tract, primarily to digest fats. Now, if we've got a problem digesting fats, it's likely to be that the gallbladder isn't doing its work efficiently. How can we encourage it to do its work efficiently? But the one thing that happens if we've got heavy metals in our system and they're lodged in the liver tries to excrete them through the bile, and they come into the digestive system, and the digestive system doesn't want to absorb those into the rest of the body. So it does the best it can to inhibit the body from absorbing the metals, because where the heavy metals tend to target is the brain tissue. So if we've got too much aluminium knocking about, mercury knocking about, it tends to target the brain tissue and lead to the breakdown and the degeneration of the brain tissue. So there's lots and lots of things that we can do to support the brain tissue and help the body excrete. Ultimately, we need to get the mercury out of our mouth. We need to learn to clear the other heavy metals from the system.